Okay, so today we're going to talk about isosceles triangles, and those have two legs and two base angles that are congruent. It's like when I draw my isosceles triangle, I've got legs. Those are the sides that are congruent. And then we've got the base angles, the ones like directly across from the congruent sides. Those are known as our base angles, and they're also congruent. They're known as base angles because they're on the base right here. And then it can also be on the side, on its side, kind of like that, where the legs are still congruent and the base angles. Over on that side, now that we're looking across from the congruent sides, this way, we're also congruent. The isosceles triangular theorem. So if we've got an isosceles triangle ABC, if our two legs are congruent, so if AB is congruent to BC, then the base angles, angle A and angle C, are congruent. So it's really nice. Like from the base, the legs, we know that our angles are congruent. And then the converse, which was the switch, we would switch our if and then. We're going to do the same thing. We have our triangle ABC, and we're saying if our base angles are congruent, so if angle A is congruent to angle C, then I know that the legs of my triangle AB and BC are congruent. So the converse, again, it was a switch, so we took the original and just switched our hypothesis and our conclusion. There's going to be a little bit about our triangles here, just a bit of a review. Equilateral triangles, all the sides are congruent, also all the angles are congruent. And those angle measures are all 60s. Because 60 plus 60 plus 60 adds up to 180. Our isosceles, we just talked about those. Got our two legs, and then we're also adding in that our base angles are congruent. Scalene, no sides are equal. That also means that no angles are the same in our scalene triangle. Right triangle, we got a right angle. And then obtuse, we've got one obtuse angle. You can't have two obtuse angles because then to 180. All of our examples. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to find x given. So anything I write in black is what will be given. So we're given that all the sides are congruent, which means it's equilateral. And then we'll add in some of our own stuff. So since we're given that it's equilateral, that does mean the angle measures are all the same as well. So that means all of these are 6x. So it's 6x plus 6x plus 6x. That's up to 180. You could also just see it as 6x is equal to 60, right? Because